I really do appreciate you, Josh. Have I said that lately? I do. We can get a coat. Maybe my thighs will no longer be exposed to the cold. Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will. Likewise, thank you for the streams anytime. And I mean it, I do intend to do this forever. Hey, Commander, firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us not that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. Success. Sorry, such strong support. Hype train complete level 2, 50%. All-time record shattered. You've reached new levels of support. I really do appreciate it. Sorry, I'm seeing messages that I've never seen before. 5 subs. That's really cool. Emotes are being delivered to supporter. You get emotes? That's neat. Cool. Anyway, you'll recall that the flame was first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him, we are able to trace the trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trial came to an abrupt end. Fearing the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step in detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including Flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all the shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say that those originating from included those originating from House Fortemps. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least. But what of Ivy? Yeah, are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Raubon's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though I really shouldn't have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Old Oz was ever the most vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa, Lominsa, and Gridania have long-standing armed forces that lent themselves to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Uldah's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as the Grand Company. The difficulties Reborn faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known, even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost. There remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. Good deal easier then than now, eh? The Immortal Flames have been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the Monitorists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Had Nail Van Darnas's ambitions been less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would have never risked supplying Reborn with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, the Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the XIV. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting the crystal shipments. Not the sixth, though. He's afraid of 7 because he ate 9. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Americ, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I'm aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Old, as the realm's stoutest champion. Tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Okay. We shall have a discussion. Apparently right here. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Mamphilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nofika's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Oh, hi, kitty. Is it time for breakfast? He says yes. Yeah, I'll quit soon. I wanted to squeeze out another 15 minutes, because I don't have to take the kids to school during fall break. I can go to Gridania this way. Hey, it's a Fall Guys hoodie. I think that's a Fall Guys hoodie. It's got a crown on it. There's a lot of people here today. It's almost like it's a holiday. Everybody in the world has time off work. Alright. Speak with Alphino in Old Gridania. Is that through here? And we hustle. It is nice to see green again. It feels kind of warm and nice. I'm really hoping it snows here in the bayou this winter. I haven't gotten snow in a while. It's Ruruka. We saw her in a previous playthrough. She was here then too. My thanks for coming, old. When you're ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us the way. Show us to the lotus stand. Are you in the same cutscene? I wonder if we're just gonna follow her through the adventures too. Also, I wonder if she's gonna wear pants at any point. And the Alliance leader awaits you at Lotus Stand. Will you be joining now? Yeah. Maybe they're doing Final Fantasy Fridays as well.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
John Garlemald.
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Dude's got an angry face.
"'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
And can you imagine going through life with a face like that?
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
It would be like everybody in the world would be asking constantly, like, are you mad at me? And eventually, you're just mad at everybody because of that question. Self-fulfilling angry face is what we call it. Also, hello, Amar.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartno dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it. If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
Does the Ivy actually work for the Empire? Like, I seem to have forgotten. Oh, hey, it's Ruruka. Howdy. She really is just kind of chilling out here. Doing the exact same quest at the exact same time as us. It will not have escaped your notice, but that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of the resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust among the citizenry. The nation's leader can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little and less to the common folk. Take the Laminsons, for instance. Though Admiral Merleweeb outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as having a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Grodanians are mocked as hermits who talk to trees. And the Old Dons are scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take the pillar of Old Don society, Teleji Adeleji, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is, the people are wary of outsiders whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue the conflict at Cartno is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them with something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing, let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the observatorium, Captain Ilberd has further shortened his list of suspects, and by happy coincidence, the one he deems most likely, the most likely candidate has lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, old. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilberd at the Adder's Nest. He'll give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Corthus, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Hawkeye. Speak with Ilberd in New Gridania. We'll walk. It's a lovely day. And Gridania is still my favorite starting zone. And would you look at that, he's right here. With our friend Rurika. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. I get a shirt. Oh, I look good. My armor has a six-pack. My thighs are still exposed. But dang, how do I look, daughter? You like it? I think it looks cool. It looks all flowy and platey. This actually looks like something I could fight in. Well, it looks like something I can't move at all in, but it looks like it'll take a few hits. I actually look like a tank. Alright. I do have to work today, so I'm afraid I do have to call the stream now.